day 2, or technically day 3. Day 1 cancelled because of plane, so day 2 actually in Iceland. So I just stopped night here at Selfoss campsite. 3,400 Icelandic kroner, 20 quiddish, with tax and everything on top. Just been in there freshening up and having breakfast and get sorted out. I had to rearrange the van, swap the sleeping bag to the other side. Quite comfy once you can get in. There's literally not much space there. You can only get in from here, so you got to go in through the cockpit, and then you got to try and get undressed and everything in a very confined space, especially if you've got wet gear on and everything. You're trying to sort of, you know, keep everything out here sort of thing, what's going to be wet. But we managed to see how we go. We say we get hang on it as we go along, I suppose. So it is brightening up a bit today so far. It's been very wild overnight, wet and windy, and raining on and off. I'm expecting pretty much the same today. Depends on where I end up. I've got to make a decision now which direction I'm taking. But we do have blue sky and sunshine poking through. Probably won't last. It's the wind dropping more than out to be a bonus. Obviously dry as well. It'll be, you know, 20 degrees and no wind would be excellent. But I don't suppose we're going to get much of that over here. Day 2. Just parked at the Pearl, and I'm just on the outskirts of Reykjavik. Cathedral thing up there. And the Sun Voyager and various other sites in Reykjavik. So I'll have a couple of hours here and then come back and hit the road again. See where the rest of the day takes me. Bugger, took a wrong turn. I've got to go right down there to that bridge. Nice sunny day though now, not too windy. I'm probably a bit overdressed. I've got full waterproofs on and everything, but the trick with Iceland is it doesn't look like it now, but that might be changed in 10 minutes. I'm heading up there to that church, but I'll take a little bit of a detour. Leave for Ericsson, that's that way, and if you do a 180 you get one of them. So Halmelsfjellkirche is my fluent Icelandic for you. Not quite. You can't actually get in the church. Normally you can get into the main hall of it, and there's a great big massive, I think something ridiculous like 1,000 pipe organ in there, which is quite impressive, but it's all fenced off at the minute, so you can't actually go in there. You can go up to the tower. You can go in the church free if it's open, but it's not open. You have to, it's 1,500 Icelandic kroner to go up the tower, and there's a bit of a queue on, and I've been up it 3 times already previous years, so I'm certainly not queuing. If there's nobody there I might get it a whiz, but not today. So that's that. So now I'm gonna wander downtown. And get down to the lake where there's a webcam down there. So I'll see how that goes. Downtown Reykjavik. Well, this is capital city, dead centre of it. Not quite London. Sort of bumper to bumper gridlock and folk everywhere. coming down onto Rainbow Street. There's quite a few of these in various sort of towns. So now down here to the Harper building, which is sort of mainly glass faceted, so I think it's like a concert hall, supposed to reflect like the Northern Lights when it's doing its thing, and then around to the Sun Voyager, and then head off back over to the Perlin and carry on with the rest of the day, wherever that goes. I know we're overdressed, but now comes the rain, so now it pays off. So I've been into the centre of Reykjavik, been out to church and down to the lake and things, where webcams are and that sort of stuff, and around to the Harper, just going out of sight. The Sun Voyager ship monument thing. And now I'm just basically circumventing around back of Reykjavik to get back over to the Perlin. Hopefully before it rains too hard, but we'll see how we go. Not been as bad as yesterday so far. Okay, stopped raining again. Whoop whoop, nearly back at the car. Heading up one of these trails back to the Perlin. Now when I looked on mapping, I think supposed to be some old World War II ruins, but I've probably passed them. Not seen anything marked. Although that looks a bit man-made. What's that? Maybe a bunker? Oh, pillbox. I only got steps down to it, but bit of a nice bath in the bottom, looking for hot springs, not freezing cold ones. So she'll give that a miss. When I came with daughter in 2013, we had that hotel down there. So now we're back at the Perlin, which is where we parked at, and then we'll see where the next target is. Just on the outskirts of Reykjavik now, just driving out to city. I've just had a couple of hours walking around various places in town, and headed back to the Perlin, which is where we're all parked. Of course it fine and dandy most of the way, and then rain for the last mile. Parked at Oxarafoss, which is a waterfall in Thingvellir National Park. I'll have a wander over to that. I'm not too sure how far it is, a little way sort of thing. Just a remote car park. The main car park is the other end of the ridge, about 2 miles away. You have to walk down between the continental shelf sort of thing, which I've come to it from that end before. So we're gonna go follow the road around, and it brings you down below. There's another car park down here, but I think you probably have to pay for that one. I try to avoid paying for car parks if I can avoid it. So just went past that one, and clock sign as I went past. So fortunately there's very little traffic on these roads. So put brakes on about 150 metres down, weighed it up quickly, and then quick reverse back and get into car park, so I'll come at it from this angle. So yeah, a bit of a winter wonderland coming over here. I've had to abort. I came out of Reykjavik and I was heading over to a waterfall on the way here, and I got to the turn off, sort of turned in sharpish, and quite deep, thick, rutted snow at the entrance. I got enough sort of momentum to, well, I had no choice. I had enough momentum to carry on over that. Then it's sort of okay, but potholy. And then like snow either side, which were melting, creating like a river across the road. Well, I'm not particularly bothered about fording rivers, plus the van's not insured for anything like that. So I'm not going to overly risk it to do anything too silly, so I aborted that one and come to this one instead. Going down, come and get back up again. Oh, this is a mission. By a Ferrata. Approaching a couple hundred metres from Oxarafoss. It must be in full throttle. To that 10 years ago I was here. I can't remember it being quite that flowy. I'm not close enough yet to really see, but that's be quite powerful at the moment. Oxarafoss, first Icelandic waterfall of this trip. Bought a drone with me. I thought, shall I fly it from where I started? I thought, go on then. No, I'll walk to the waterfall first and then fly it on the way back. So I just got it set up and it starts raining. Hopefully it's just a quick shower, and when I get back to observation deck up here, I'll be able to go again. drove up the gravel road, and then it's a bit of a walk then from the car park, but nothing too dramatic. 500 metres, something like that. Yeah, so it's not exceptionally large in a drop kind of thing, but it's like falls down a groove. Pretty nonetheless. It's got to be worth a drone, hasn't it? Just arrived at Kerid Crater, or Kerid Crater, or Kerid Crater, depending on the D on the end how you pronounce it. Kerid Crater, close enough. So car parking is free, but 700 ISK to get in. Upgraded this a bit since last area. I think there's a path around the bottom as well, from what I understand. Right, on the lower path around the lake. I think came first time, we came on a tour, so whether it was free admission then or the admission was in with the tour, I don't know. But I say then you could just walk around the top perimeter, but now, say they put this staircase in and lower path. And that's it. Currently you've got an icy lake, but I suppose 10,000 years ago or whenever it erupted, it probably didn't want to be stood here. Welcome, Kerid Crater. Just walk around the top over there. And then down the staircase at that end. Around the perimeter. You can definitely feel them nowadays. I I skipped up them 2 at a time. Okie dokie. Right, pretty much done for today, I think. At what's time? 20 to 6. So I'm back in Selfoss. Sort of making it up as I go along, not following the route that I had initially planned. But it is what it is. I say we're a day late because of flight cancellation and then different things. So making it up as I go along really. I've got an itinerary and something like a plan, but that's gone a bit wayward at the moment. So effectively I've just pulled up at a netto. So I'm just going to go in and get a few bits like ready to eat, chicken and turkey, that sort of stuff, because I can eat that on the road while I'm driving. I haven't got to stop and try and cook, which is a bit of a nightmare in the weather we've been having. Really not practical at all. So I just get something I can scoff on way, and then have a bit of something I can make at a campsite if and when we get to one. But there we go.